The teacher who never left. We were hired to film a short documentary about the closing of Westridge Elementary. Some grant-funded nostalgia piece, probably meant to air on local access. The place had been abandoned for years, scheduled for demolition in the fall. Broken windows, peeling paint, playground rusted to hell. But the gym? Still intact. Still echoing. Day one, we set up base in what used to be the principal's office. Dust everywhere. Water stains on the ceiling. We were a small crew. Me, audio, Nick, camera, and Jess, directors or editors, everything else. We'd worked together before, mostly indie gigs, sometimes weddings when rent was tight. The first weird thing was the sound. I was testing the boom mic in the gym, just checking for reverb. That's when I heard it. A voice. Faint but unmistakable. Male. Firm. Authoritative. Line up. Straighten your backs. Eyes forward. It echoed like it came from the old intercom system. But the place hadn't had power in years. I checked the levels. The recorder caught it, clear as day. I played it back for Jess. She frowned. Could be a prank. Local kids messing with a Bluetooth speaker. Nick nodded. Or a squatter. But the voice kept showing up. Always during sound checks. Always in the gym. 1, 2, 3... March. Sit. Hands on your knees. We searched the place, top to bottom. No one, just dust and birds. On the second day, Nick found the chalkboard. It was in classroom 4B, still standing, still covered in faded notes. But near the top was a grid, names and numbers, like a seating chart, all written in spidery tight cursive. Nick laughed. Old school roll call. My name's not on here. I feel left out. He picked up a piece of chalk, swiped it across the board, erasing one of the empty slots. Then he wrote his name. I don't know why it felt wrong, but it did. Jess didn't say anything, just filmed it. That night, I reviewed the audio again. There was something new. Nick Martin. Present. I hadn't heard that before. It wasn't in the room. It wasn't part of the chalkboard scene. But it was there now. Clean. Crisp. The voice. Nick Martin. Present. I played it for him. He laughed. Creepy edit, man. I didn't touch it. Then someone's screwing with us. The next morning, Nick didn't show up. No text, no call. Just tried his number. Straight to voicemail. We waited a couple hours, then called it. Figured he bailed or something happened at home. Jess was pissed, but tried to stay professional. We kept filming, but things got worse. I checked our crew manifest to update the credits. Nick's name wasn't on it. Not erased. Just never there. I asked Jess about it. She blinked. Nick who? I laughed, thinking she was joking. Tall guy? Brown hair? Your roommate last year? She looked genuinely confused. Did you hit your head or something? There's only ever been the two of us. That's when I checked the footage. Every scene he should have been in. Gone. Tripod shots with no one behind the camera. Boom mic floating like it was held by air. I scrolled through my phone. No pictures, no texts, no contacts saved. But the audio files, they still had him. His breathing, his laugh, his voice in the background. Faint, but there. And that roll call. Nick Martin. Present. I went back to 4B. The chalkboard was smudged, but readable. His name wasn't just written anymore. It had been filled in. Etched deeper. Like it belonged there. Below it, another empty slot. I didn't touch it. That night, I slept in the van. I dreamed of footsteps, rows of desks, A classroom with no doors, and that voice. Next. The next day, Jess was gone. Camera bag left behind. Her laptop open. But no sign of her. No car. No footprints. And, again, she was missing from the credits. From the call sheet. From my phone. I ran to the chalkboard. Now there were 2 more names. Nick Martin, Jessica Hale, 1 slot left. I packed up everything I could and drove until I couldn't keep my eyes open. I emailed the footage to 3 different drives. I mailed one to my brother, another to a P.O. box I barely remembered opening. They'll say I made it up. But if you're reading this, check the file metadata. Look at the raw audio. There were 3 of us, and I know that because I can still hear them. Whispering during playback, waiting for me to join roll call. Delivery to room 404. The first time I got the order, I thought it was a glitch. Late shift, almost 2 a.m., and the tablet lit up with a room service request. Chamomile tea, 2 sugar cubes, no lemon. Standard stuff. But the room number, 404, stuck out immediately. There's no 404. I've worked at the Winston Hotel for almost 4 years. It's one of those century-old places that smells like carpet glue and old brass, where the walls have seen too much and won't shut up about it. I know every room on every floor. The 4th floor goes 400, 402, 406, 408, number 404. I double-checked the list, even pulled out the laminated floor chart behind the desk. Still no 404. I figured maybe it was supposed to go to 406. Glitch in the system. But when I went to the kitchen, the tray was already waiting. Tea. 2 sugar cubes. Steam curling from the cup. No one admitted to preparing it. I should have left it. But I didn't. Curiosity or boredom? Probably both. I took the tray. Got in the elevator. Pushed 4. Nothing happened. Then the panel blinked. The number 4 lit up on its own. The elevator hummed to life. When it stopped, the doors opened, not to the usual hallway with beige wallpaper and exit signs, but to something dimmer, quieter. Still a hallway, still the same moldings, but everything felt older, like it hadn't been touched in decades. And there it was, 404. No peephole. No do not disturb. Just a dark wooden door, slightly warped with age. I knocked. Silence. Then the click of a lock. The door opened a crack. A hand reached out. Pale. Thin. Shaking. "Thank you," a voice rasped. "This means I get one more day." The hand pulled the tray inside. The door clicked shut. I stood there for a few seconds, unsure whether to laugh or run. Back downstairs, I didn't tell anyone. What would I say? That I delivered tea to a non-existent room? But the next night, same thing. 1:47 a.m., same order, same tray, same elevator behavior, same hand. "Thank you. You're kind. So few are." This went on for a week. Every night, always the same. No one else on shift seemed to notice or care. On night 8, I tried asking, "Who are you?" The voice paused, then said, "Someone who ran out of time. This helps. It resets the clock." The clock for what? But the door had already closed. By the 10th night, I couldn't stop thinking about it. Who was this person? Why this room? Why tea? I mentioned it to Raj, the morning concierge. "Room 404, he repeated. "Doesn't exist. Always skipped. Bad luck number, I think." But what if it wasn't always skipped? What if it used to be real? He shrugged. "Old building. Lots of sealed rooms. Some for asbestos. Some for other reasons. That didn't help. On the 12th night, the voice sounded weaker. I don't know if it'll work tomorrow. The time feels thinner. What happens if it stops working? Silence. Then I become what's next. I didn't sleep that day. I looked through old blueprints in the storage room. Room 404 existed once, 40 years ago. Records say it was sealed after a staff incident. No details. The 13th night, the order came again. But when I got there, the door was already open. Inside, the room looked normal. Kind of. Dusty furniture, wallpaper peeling at the corners, a bed, a small table. But no one. The tray slipped from my hands. Then I heard it. Behind me. Finally! I was starting to think you'd never step in. I turned. There was a figure in the corner. No face, not really. Just a shape. Wearing the hotel's uniform, holding a tray. You came often enough. You made yourself part of it. I backed toward the door. You can't leave once you've seen it, the voice said, though the figure didn't move. You've reset the clock too many times. Someone has to stay. The room shifted. The walls pulsed like a heartbeat. The number 404 burned behind my eyes. I don't remember leaving. But the next morning, I woke up in a bed that wasn't mine. Same room, same table, same tea. My name tag was on the nightstand. Only the name was wrong. Room service 404. I tried leaving. The hallway just looped back. The elevator won't open. But every night I get the order. Chamomile tea, 2 sugar cubes. Well, no lemon. I place it by the door. And thank the person who brings it. Because each delivery means I get one more day. The wrong apartment number. The listing was suspiciously cheap. That should have been the first red flag. But rent prices were brutal, and the photos looked fine. Small studio, hardwood floors, utilities included. I figured it was one of those rare flukes, or a sublease someone forgot to take down. The address brought me to a quiet building on the edge of the city. Not quite suburban, not quite downtown. Old but not crumbling. Just neutral. I buzzed the intercom. No answer. But the front door was propped open by a folded pizza flyer. Inside, the hallway smelled like plastic and mothballs. Elevator, out of order. I walked up 3 flights. Apartment 3F. The key fit. The lock clicked. Lights worked, water ran. It was a little dusty, but otherwise spotless. And it was mine. Lease signed digitally. Rent paid. Keys mailed to me by someone named J. Meyer. I moved in the next day. First 2 days were uneventful. Actually better than that. The place was quiet. The neighbors invisible. Wi-Fi was fast. No weird smells. The sun hit just right in the morning. Then the note came. Folded in half. No envelope. Just shoved into my mailbox. This room was a mistake. No return address. No explanation. I laughed, assuming it was a prank. Or someone angry they didn't get the place. I called the management company just in case. Hi, this is regarding apartment 3F-. I'm sorry, the woman interrupted. We don't have a 3F. No, I'm in it. I moved in last week. I have the lease. Are you sure it says 3F? It's on the door. The key. Everything. She put me on hold. Came back 5 minutes later. Our records show no unit 3F. The 3rd floor ends at 3E. I thanked her and hung up. Probably just outdated records, right? or someone forgot to update their database. Still, I checked the hallway. Sure enough, 3E, then mine, 3F. Plain as day. No gap, no missing door. I tried to forget it, but every night around 2 a.m., I started hearing sounds. A soft scraping, rhythmic, like someone pushing a broom slowly down the hallway. Not fast, not efficient, just deliberate. I peeked through the peephole. Nothing. No footsteps, no shadow, just that sound. Then it would stop. Sometimes I'd open the door after it ended. The hallway would be empty, but it always smelled faintly of bleach. I left a note once. Just wrote, "Hi, you're doing a good job." It was gone by morning. One night, curiosity got the better of me. The sweeping started again, louder than usual. I opened the door mid-sweep, and the hallway wasn't there. No walls, no exit signs, no neighbors' doors. Just more room. Identical flooring, same wallpaper, same lighting. But it stretched endlessly, as if my apartment had grown. I stepped out. The air changed, cooler, more sterile. I turned around. My door was still there, but it was flush with the wall. No knob, no trim. Just the number 3F printed directly onto the surface. I walked forward. Every 10 feet, another identical door. 3F, 3F, 3F. Some were open, inside variations of my apartment. One had all my furniture flipped, another had none at all. One had a window looking out at pitch black, despite it being 2 p.m. in my phone clock. I ran back to the first door. It didn't open. The number was fading. Letter by letter. F, then 3, then nothing. I panicked, ran to another door. Same. Another. Locked. One last try. Open. Inside, the layout was reversed. Bed on the wrong side. Kitchen mirrored. But on the table, a note. Most people don't notice the number. You did. That's why you're here. I slept there that night. Not like I had a choice. Now, it's been... I don't know. My phone won't connect. No calendar. No service. But I hear the sweeping every night. Closer now. Sometimes I think I see movement at the end of the corridor. I've started leaving notes in the apartments I find, in case someone else gets pulled in. Like I was, if you find this, check your door. If it says 3F-, it's already too late.